I'm Zach Crane, and this is a FishCenter special report. I hope you'll enjoy going deep with me, and enjoy going deep with me.
Every person, as well as every animal out there, has a purpose. It's more than just the love and the connection. There's a reason. There's a lesson, there's a teaching, there's a healing, there's something that we're meant to be doing. I think we're all made up of energy. We select a body to fulfill whatever purpose we're here for, and then we detach from that body and go up into this universal heavenly space. Well, I'm Tim Link. I'm a animal communicator, consultant, and Reiki energy healer for animals. Basically what that means is my job is to work with people and institutions in solving animal problems. So people contact me whenever there's a behavior change within their animal and they're trying to decide, is it a physical thing, or is it more of an emotional thing or a behavioral thing that's going on. What we try to do when we're talking about animal communication, we're trying to connect them at a little bit deeper level, go with more of our intuition on what we're picking up on them, and try to push out the logical side, the human logic. Get away from just the observation of what you're seeing with your eyes. And what you're trying to do is open yourself up to actually connect with one, watch it, feel what's going on, and see if you get anything additional. It's just like picking up when you first meet someone. You know, it's very easy for us to take, as humans, take a very logical approach on what this character is going to be or this person is going to be, or we jump to a conclusion. Once we connect with them and understand, we find out what they're really all about. And then we also connect with their energy. There's some people that, you know, maybe just, you know, your average Joe that everybody seems to like, but for some reason your energy doesn't mesh with theirs. Nothing wrong with that, it just means your energy is off. So when we talk about animals in a tank like this, you have to have good harmony, you have to have good energy. Reiki is a ancient hands-off energy modality. So if you look at an energy modality of opening up channels within the body or within the animal, that's what Reiki does. It helps the energy flow come through. So for instance, if hands-on modalities that we know about are like acupuncture or massage. So it's hands-on treatments and they're breaking up those channels, allowing that energy to flow through, opening up those chakras if you're familiar with that. And Reiki, as well as some other energy modalities, does this on a hands-off approach. So if I'm scanning a particular fish, for instance, I can determine if there are some blockages going on, some energy blockages that's causing them some emotional problems and or physical problems. All animals have the same chakras that we do. So these are energy signatures or energy portals, we'll say, within the body. So there's 7 that we always recognize. And if we're flowing harmoniously, if everything's good in our lives, those chakras are open and they're doing what they need to do. And so clients will contact me and have me do Reiki to help open up those channels, but also sort of give them guidance. So if they're taking their animal to the veterinarian, they could say, you know what, there's some things going on that Tim's told me about, or if they don't want to mention my name, they can say, I want you to check this area. And a lot of times veterinarians said, yeah, you're right, there's a blockage here, or there's something going on with the kidneys or the liver, or what have you. Well, your boy back here, there's some puffer. There's some physical challenges going on with the puffer right now. Yeah, I'm feeling some things some dis-ease within the body, and it's not feeling as good. So I don't know if you've observed from the human eye, if he's eating the same, if he's acting the same, is he getting a little bit more twitchy when the other animals are around? If so, these are outward signs that we're picking up that could indicate that there's some challenges going on within them. And that's what I'm picking up right now. And it just doesn't feel good to me. It physically feels like there is some stomach things going on that is challenging. So I don't know if you saw me earlier, but I was activating my Reiki chakras. So I was doing a little technique. And so this helps me connect with them from an energetic level.
Okay.
So there's, with Reiki as well as other energy modalities like T-Touch and some of the other ones out there, there's usually an activation process to do that. And that's where I felt his dis-ease within his body. But I'm giving him some Reiki energy, so my anticipation as that chakra will be a little bit more open, monitoring throughout the day, see if there's more activity. I want you to start using your projection and connection with a particular animal. I talk a lot about communicating verbally with animals as well as connecting with their energy, using strong visualization to get them to understand and do the things that you need them to do to live a harmonious life. And the visualization is very, very important behind that. Choose a certain animal.
Let's say Tang.
Tang.
Right there.
And visualize what you want Tang to do. Connect, get calm, get quiet, focus. Say, Tang, and I want you to go down by the boat. I want you to go down by the boat. And visualize that. And the more you connect with it, the more you're quiet, and the more you visualize that happening, the more it's going to happen. From a harmonious standpoint, we've got to give Dottie some more love. I think it's the fact that she sort of tends to fall on her own and do the things that she does and doesn't go with the rest of the team, the rest of the group in here. So we assume that's the way she likes it, but I think it's more of the fact that we want to get her more involved.
Well, she's also the newest fish in the tank.
There you go.
Is that, wow, that's interesting that you picked that up.
Yeah. So when we talk to Dottie, we say, Dottie, you're a beautiful fish. I'd like for you to get more into the group. So I need you to swim down a little lower into the group, because this is going to make me really happy and make your fan base happy and make the other fish happy with you. So it's very, very similar. So we're connecting with her. She's not coming to the group's coming to her. And so that's how we go about communicating with them, and then, with Dottie and the rest of them. Verbally communicate with them to ask them or inform them of what you need from them, what they need to do, and why is it going to be a good thing. And then you use the visualization and see her coming into her own, coming into the group, if that's what you're needing from her. And if she's connected and she's willing to do it, and she's comfortable with it, she'll do that.
She has to be willing.
Yeah. But you can see she wants to interact. I mean, even if you just connect with her. Go. Yeah. So now she's safe. Good job. Good job, Dottie.
Are you able to tell if the fish respond to one of the people who work on the show more than the other ones?
Who's your high energy person you had to reel in?
Wing wong, how's that?
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
When we're live!
To some, it's irritating. Sorry,
It's irritating.
Max.
No, he's not here. I'm just looking to see if he's here. He's not here. Yeah.
It's good, but whoa, back it off just a little bit. Yeah, and it's no offense to him. That's his energy signature. And like I said, some people connect with that, and some animals connect with that. But
Not these guys.
yeah, well, it to some, or to quite a bit of them, it's a lot of rushed energy, a lot of high energy. I'm assuming Max doesn't get other than walking by or whatever it may be, doesn't get to spend one-on-one time with them. When that energy is really, really high, and you see them more act differently, or they scatter a little bit more, or they do some things that you are not accustomed to their nature, that's because that energy is irritating to them.
I mean, you look at this tank. I mean, this is a whole separate deal. What do you pick up out of this? I mean, it's a little grim.
Yeah, there they go. The light is provided. You just created a different energy field for them. So when energy comes on, it's not necessarily them thinking, okay, light means I'm getting scooped up and this is my day. It's more the fact that you've just now, boom, hit them with energy.
Wow.
So it's just like us. If we wake up to calm music and we turn the light on in the morning, then we're okay. But all of a sudden you stumble into the restroom and you flip on that light.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like the sun.
It's a very different vibe here. I mean, there are a lot of conflict and there's not much to do.
Yeah, well, this is not a home environment. This is a staging environment, and I think they're very much aware of that. We go back to, from a logical standpoint, it's a dominance thing. The strong survive. We know that from the wild, and that's not, that's true in this environment as well. So that's where you're going to see more conflict. You'll see the smaller ones either run and tuck or actually try to defend themselves more, proving that they're bigger than what they are in a physical stature. But this is not harmonious. This is not a home environment. If you took this and you created stimulation in there, you put an actual setting in there to create a home life for just them, and didn't project them as just a food and fun source for the fish, I guarantee their attitudes and everything would change.
Are they aware when we bring the submarine in?
Not the actual submarine itself, but your energy behind it.
Right.
Yeah, because you get excited about it. Especially when you're talking about if there's a particular game or thing that you do that's really getting some attention that you guys think is fun, and the audience is now responding and calling in, doing the things. That's all positive energy. Animals always will respond better to positive energy than negative energy.
You think there's too many fish in this tank?
I don't think you have enough, especially when you're talking about if there's certain ones that are like Dottie, who's having a little bit hard time adapting, or some that tend to be more introverted. Bring in a character that you feel is going to be a fish that's going to be a counter to that. You know, it's going to be a good melding with that. If you got one that's secluded, why not bring another one that's calm and secluded as well? It may not be good for the show, because if they're hiding behind a rock, well, you're going to get the submarine out more. But other than that, you know, you're talking about helping them blend in and fit in. I'm not seeing or even picking up on mimosas, just being very quiet about things. So that's indicative, that is telling me at least that she's trying not to share too much what's going on with her right now. Well, Hamburger said they're rooting for me. So he said he was getting more love. So
He said that?
Hamburger. So Hamburger, you need to come out. Let's give you some more love. That's what we need to do. You talk about Old Blue, who's obviously the dominant, the strong character. But what we're really picking up is his energy and his motions and how he acts. And so when you feel that he is the dominant, even without looking at him, you can tell. Blue sets the tone. So if Blue wants something, Blue gets something. Blue gets something.
There's a white one there. His name is Sir Squirt. And he is picking up negative following on Facebook and the various viewers who write in.
And they don't know why.
They don't like him.
They don't like him.
Yeah.
And you ask them why, and they say they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know. They just don't like him.
Yeah, and that's
Why would
what
that
I was
be?
picking up as well. You know, I'm surprised he's not hanging around more with Dottie, and I think as Dottie becomes a little bit more, builds up her character a little bit more in this tank, I wouldn't be surprised to see them hang around each other more, because he is a little bit more of a loner. He's a little bit more of a, you know, just likes to be there, doesn't really like to mingle as much as the others, doesn't do anything out of character. So as your viewers are looking at it, you know, perhaps he's not as flashy or swims or, you know, collects as many coins, these type of things.
Right.
Unfortunately, that lends to them feeling a little bit less connected with him. You know, overall the tank it flows fairly well. You know, I don't see any like major things that are causing them a lot of distress.
They're happy.
They're happy. You know, they would know. They would let you know.
Yeah.
How
would they do that?
Well, first of all, you've got to trust your instincts on it. So we're more than just, you know, strange beings outside the tank. We're more than just their food mechanism, those type of things. They really can respond to what's going on. They live in the moment. We all have pasts. Animals have pasts. We have pasts. Some are great. They've all had very normal lives to this point. Animals live in the present. So no matter how good or bad they had in the past, they apply what they've learned to the present, live in this present, don't worry about the future, try to fulfill your purpose for being here. You know, I had a conversation with Shirley MacLaine about this whole thing. And so we brought up that topic of, you know, is there a heaven or hell? Is there, what happens when they die? Do they go to the same place we do? Can they come back into form? These type of things, you know. And she had told me a story, and I won't tell it verbatim, but basically she was on a trip back with a holy man from India back to Los Angeles. And with him, he had not really experienced a lot about Hollywood, so he's real fascinated when he found out who she was. And he was talking about Hollywood and the things going on there. And so she wanted to pick his mind a little bit more from a spiritual and a religious standpoint. What's the whole body and the whole purpose of everything being there? And during the trip, she looked over at the window and there was a fly. What's a fly doing on the plane? Don't know what's going on. Her human nature was to reach in the front pouch, grab the magazine, smack the fly. So she reached into the pouch, grabbed the magazine, started to hit the fly without even thinking about it. He stopped her. She thought, well, this is odd. He goes, no, Shirley, that may be your grandmother. So when he was talking about energy and reincarnation and do we all go to the same place, do we come back, these type of things, it was funny because it got her to think also that, okay, we're all energy. We're all here for a reason. We choose a form and we try to do the best we can with that form. And then at the end of the day, hopefully we've done a good job while we're here.
Talking with Dogs and Cats.
June 2nd.
June 2nd.
That's when it hits the stands. It's available for pre-order now on all the major sites. And, take a look at the website, wagging-tails, TALES.com, or Google me, Tim Link. Yeah, so it should be good. It should be great for everybody. And if you got a dog or a cat or any other animal, I think it'll help you out.